Yo people, welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for your second match preview for this Chelsea versus Leeds game. Listen, it's not no joke. There's rivalry, bittersweet rivalry between these two teams. Remember the little clashes that were happening at Ellen Road last season, and I want to break it down from a Chelsea perspective. Yesterday we looked at the Leeds perspective in more detail. Make sure you click on the card if you want to check that out with Connor. Really good in-depth tactical analysis on the way Leeds are planning on setting up potentially and the way they play as well stylistically. So check that out if you haven't seen it already. But let's get into the Chelsea side of things. I checked out the press conference for Thomas Tuchel, and of course injury news, no Broja, no Kova, no Kante, no happiness for me, huh? What's going on here? Well, why is everybody dropping down like flies? We need players, and we need more players to come through the door. Of course, the Aubameyang links, Aubameyang links from Barcelona. They continue to keep going, positive meetings, but you know how I do here. At this point, I just want the breaking news, the here we goes, okay? That's what we talk about when it happens, because all of this recycling, this is not the bins, you know? This is not the green bin and the black bin outside. Brother, I've had enough. And on top of that as well, you know, Fofana, we continue. 6-year contract, personal terms agreed with these players. Great, fantastic. But we need the accepted here we go bid. We need the fee agreed. And of course, he will not take part this weekend as well in terms of the playing with Leicester. So it looks like we're getting closer and closer there as well. So things are warming up. But one thing I do not want to warm up any longer before we start this is Harry Maguire. I've seen the chaos that was consumed on Chelsea Twitter last night and then spread across social media. Even Instagram pages were taking hits. Listen, I don't want to see Harry Maguire anywhere near here. And I don't want to hear about this three at the back. I'm hearing Manchester United fans crawling all over social media saying, oh, he's great in a three at the back and you'll be rejuvenated and, oh, Thomas Tuchel will get the best out of him like he did with Rudiger. Please, do not bring a player on that. I don't even care about the ability, the style, or whatever you think attributes can help this team. Even if you want to waffle about that for a second, I don't want this player with this level of low confidence anywhere near my damn team, okay? Stick with Fofana and keep it moving. As I keep saying, I don't really feel, yes, the report was credible. I don't really feel like Chelsea are seriously going in for that player. Listen, we may have had a little conversation like we did with Ronaldo, but we've moved on now to pastures new. Okay, let's get serious season, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, let's get into what we're really here for, Leeds. Now, for me, I'm so clear in my mind what I want us to do, what I think we should do. The only thing I really think we can do is a 3-5-2. I'm going to go through my team. For me, Mendy in goal. Then I want to go with Reece James, Silva and Koulibaly in the back three. Cucurella at left wing back. Loftus-Cheek keeps his place at right wing back with the excusez-moi, the midfield three of Jorginho, Gallagher and Mason Mount. And then the front two of Kai and Sterling. 3-5-2, not my favourite formation in the world, but I do feel like it's pivotal. Listen, it's for me, you know, if you don't have, you know, pivot players, then you may as well, at this point, no Kova, no Kante, you may as well start playing people in their strongest positions. Mason Mount in that left 8, Gallagher in that right 8. They're both used to those two positions. Mount has had some really good connections with Cucurella. If you look at the way that they've been combining over the first 2 games, it's been really positive to see. Gallagher is used to playing in that 8 role at Crystal Palace. He can get up and down. He can be the Kante in terms of energy in this team and hopefully help us on transitions going forwards and backwards. And Jorginho is there, the stapleton, the holder, to keep us in possession and help us in our build-up play. That's the way I feel like we should attack things. Ruben even helps us even more in terms of trying to outnumber that Leeds team in midfield. He can invert, he can tuck in as well. Reece James can go forward if need be on that right-hand side. Now, for me, we spoke about this with Conor yesterday, but I want to reiterate this. This is going to be a very difficult game tactically. This is not the same Leeds that we came up against. Yes, they did throw away a 2-goal lead last weekend, but they're a lot different in terms of the way that they play. But I do feel like if we do press high up the pitch with these players that I'm mentioning, the Sterlings, the Kai needs to bring that same level of aggression that he brought against Tottenham. Sterling pressing, Mount pressing, Gallagher pressing. If we suffocate them and really get in their faces, we've got really good players on transition now. When you add Gallagher's energy, when you add Cucurella's energy, Loftus-Cheek at wing back, you're really starting to enhance a lot of box-to-box players in this team that can really hurt you going both ways. And we can actually be the team that make this game more open. We've got the quality to do that now. So I'm looking forward to it. Only really is Jorginho, the one that you, and maybe Silva as well, but they're in the middle and you can surround them now. We've surrounded them with some pace. So I like it. Also, let's get my brother on, okay? Let's get James on because I want to hear what he feels like the strengths of this Leeds team are and the weaknesses, what we should be looking out for, the major danger, threats, and also the weak points.
Vamos Matisse, it's your boy JT, and what a crunch match we have tomorrow. Leeds United, Chelsea, the old rivalry is reunited, and you guys are gonna get those cheeks royally clapped. But it is time to answer some of those questions for you. The first question you did pose me with is, of course, who is the danger man? The danger man, I can't even believe you asked me this question, to be honest. Who is the danger man? The danger man is obviously that man, Brendan A.A. Ronson, the American Sauce Demon. All right, he has some of the best close control I've ever seen with a football. He is an absolute dog. He's tenacious. He'll be winning every single ball out there. And, you started off the American invasion with Christian Pulisic. Well, let me tell you something. Brendan Aronson is basically Christian Pulisic, but if he was clinical, he is going to be running the show. If you're talking about Chelsea, I am really scared of Raheem Sterling, though. Every time he plays against Leeds, he's always causing danger. And I think he's actually probably the most underrated player in Premier League history, to be honest. He is lethal. He is like dynamite. He's so sharp. And we have a lot of faults at the fullback position, and he could really, really expose them. And it's funny. That does lead on to your next question. You're asking me who's the weak point of Leeds' team. The weak point of Leeds' team is actually two positions, and it is the full-back positions, especially that right-hand side with Rasmus Christensen. He has just signed, so I will cut him a little bit of slack, but that rope is getting scary. It is getting scarily short and thin. There is not a lot of slack left because on the ball, he's really lacking confidence. Off the ball, he's getting spun like a Beyblade left, right, and center, and it's not looking good, bruv. It is not looking good, bruv. However, down the left-hand side, it's not much better either. We do have Pascal Struijk there, Virgil van Struijk, should I say, a top defender, but he's not a left-back. We have Senior Firpo out injured, and unfortunately, we haven't signed another backup there, so the full-back positions is something that is very, very hairy for Leeds at the moment. And like I said before, when you got Raheem Sterling occupying those wings, I know he's been playing up front, but he still does like to come out wide and really attack those full-backs.
Okay, so like I said, giving you that extra Leeds perspective today because I want to see what we are coming up against. I want to see if the thoughts are aligning from preview 1 to preview 2. Like I said, there's a lot of new players in there. It's a team that's lost Rafinha and Phillips, but not necessarily weakened. Maybe just more balanced in the way that they approach things and a different structure tactically as well from Jesse March. Completely different to Bielsa. But like I said, for me, the way we go is we have to attack this game. I am confident. We are the better team, but we are going to a tough stadium, a tough atmosphere. We went there last season. We know what it's like. We have to bounce back from that Tottenham game. The performance would have encouraged Tuchel, and it should have, because the performance was really good. It was solid throughout. Yeah, there were some patches where Tottenham got back into the game. That's natural. You expect that. But this Chelsea team were very, very serious about their business, and they deserve the 3 points. We have to maintain that. The issue with Chelsea, constantly, time and time again, is these peaks and these dips. We get up for the big games, the Liverpools in the cup finals, the Tottenhams at home, but then when we play these teams here, the Brightons last season, etc., that's where we start to dip and we start to lose focus and we start to be complacent, or maybe injuries, etc. We have to make sure that we're consistent throughout. This is how you keep pace, but we've already dropped points first 2 games, so we ain't got no time for complacency. We need to put a good solid 7 points on the board. I want to go back to James and I want to hear what his starting 11 looks like. I've given you my starting 11. Let's see what his starting 11, what his preferred starting 11 is. Maybe his predicted one. And let's see what that looks like as well.
But I think it is time to get into the old 1-2-11. And for us in goal, obviously, it is going to be the main man, Meslier. Okay, Manchester United trying to bid for him. Would you believe it? Would you honestly think that Meslier would ditch Leeds for a club like Manchester United? Ditch Jesse Marsh for a manager like Ten Hag? That is like sacrificing a prime A4 Wagyu steak for microwave bangers and mash. It is not going to happen, my son. He is going to be playing in goal. Just in front of him, you are going to be seeing the similar lineup that we have been seeing all season, and it is going to be Llorente at the back, partnered up with Robin Koch. Right back, Rasmus Christensen, and left back, Virgil van Struijk. Now, bear in mind, this is not the lineup I would go with. Preferably, I would have Koch can strike together as that centre-back partnership, and Jack Harrison left-back, but I don't think he will do it. In the middle, we're going to have the American Messiah. He works harder than anyone I've ever seen in a Leeds United shirt. Tyler Adams in there. He's so quick. He covers everywhere on that pitch. He's like Kante on steroids, all right? I'll put it that way. And then partnering him is obviously going to be that man, Mark Roca. In front of them, this is where things get interesting. We don't have Patrick Bamford playing, obviously injured. Going to be a big miss. Former Chelsea man himself. So we are going to be sliding Rodrigo Moreno into that cam role. Brendan Aronson right attacking midfield. And left attacking midfield is going to be Jack Harrison. However, like I said, I would have put him left back. And I would have actually given Sinisostra a run out on the pitch. You know, he's yet to start for Leeds United in the Premier League. He's yet to get probably a full 90 minutes of action overall over the 3 games that he has played for Leeds. However, I don't think Jesse Marsh will do that. He will stick with Jack Harrison. And then up front, we're going to be having the main man, Joff Meister General Joe Gelhardt, coming back into the fold, fresh off an injury. Whew! That boy's dynamite. And with that attacking lineup, we're going to go at Chelsea, all guns blazing, podcast style from the off. We're going to pin them back more than Rob Holding's old hairline. We're going to go at them hard. We have such a great press there. It's not quite the same as a Bielsa press, but it is still dynamic, intense. It is more intense than a straight shot of Ray and Nephews, and that is what I want us to do. I want us to take the game to Chelsea. We can't do what Tottenham did last week, which is just sit back and allow Chelsea to dictate the tempo of the game. It's a risky game, and whilst they weren't very clinical against Tottenham last week, or rather you weren't very clinical against Tottenham last week, against Leeds with our shaky defence, come on man, our defence is shakier than a blindfolded man walking a tightrope. We cannot afford to give you that much time and space in front of our box. So we've got to go at you hard.
Brilliant. Brilliant. There you go. Bang. So you're getting that Leeds info in there again. So I'm really looking forward to this tactical battle. Like I said, now we have the flexibility to change to a 4, to change to a 3. On and off the ball like we did against Tottenham. I was loving it, to be honest. And I was loving, like I said, the midfield overload. If Leeds are going to be very vertical in terms of the way that they play, they want to go straight through the middle, which is what Connor mentioned yesterday. They're very narrow, then we can get narrow too. We can get midfielders in. We can get Ruben in. We can get Mason, Gallagher, all these guys in. But then Cucurella, James, this is where the width comes in. Those overloads, I want switches of play. I want it to be quick. And we can really expose those wide areas as well. They will have weak points. So listen, let's get his predicted score right here, and then I'm going to give you mine next.
And I am going to say 3-1 Leeds United. 3-1 Leeds United. That's going to be the final score. I think it will score. I think it will be Raz. But Brendan Aronson, he's going to get himself on the score sheet. I can feel a big win. Rodrigo Moreno is going to extend his lead at the top of the Premier League goal scoring charts, and it's going to be an emphatic Leeds United win. Hey, what can I say? I'm sorry, brother. If you had Rafinha, might have been a different story. But unfortunately for you, you're going to get dealt by the big boys, Leeds United. Thanks for having me on, though. It's been a pleasure to speak to you. And I will see you very, very soon. Au revoir, geezer.
All right, there you go. Well, my predicted score, I think I've gone back and forth between 2 different scores, but I'm going to go with Leeds 0, Chelsea 2. I do have the confidence in us to keep that clean sheet despite Rodrigo being in hot form. And then, of course, listen, we got to get some goals. And I want those 2 goals to come from the forwards. I know we can score from the centre-backs. We did it last season. We got goals from defenders, Reece James, all these guys. I want Sterling to score, and I want Kai Havertz to score. I want these 2 to get in and amongst the goals early on, get their confidence up. And like I said, this is, for me, I feel like this is a brilliant opportunity for Conor Gallagher in particular. It's a game away from home. It's the kind of team that he should be able to go there and stamp his authority from a quality standpoint, but also counter-pressing energy and helping us in that midfield not get overloaded. In fact, helping us overload and helping us dominate. And I want to see a little bit of everything from Conor. I want to see you trying to work on those skills to drop deep to help him build up. Be safe though, and I want you to counter-press. Do those strengths. He won the ball high up the pitch against Tottenham when he came on, helped us create another chance. I want to see more of that. So this is what I'm trying to see from Conor. So listen, big up your damn selves. Make sure you smash up the likes and let me see what you're saying in the comments about this preview, your second preview. Listen, you may get another upload today as well if you're lucky. Big up your damn selves. Ignore the Harry Maguire rumours. In a bit, people. Peace.